So hello friends, I hope कि पेपर आप लोग का बहुत ही अच्छा गया होगा. It have gone well and आर्ट एंड कल्चर में क्वेश्चन जो थे थोड़े वो डिफिकल्ट तो थे एंड मोर देन द क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली द ऑप्शंस वर डिफिकल्ट. वी हैव डिस्कस मैनी क्वेश्चन इन द क्लास ऑल्सो. ओके, दैट द धौली, ओके, लाइक द अवदाना, ओके, द अक अवदान शतका. These things are discussed in the classes. These are discussed also. That the Somnath temple is also discussed in the current affairs class. Okay, even the other things like the Ramanuja, that was very simple question, that was also discussed in the class. So I will not be taking too much of your time and will be discussing only the question and the answer and if there is any explanation required here. Okay, so the first question of the from the art and culture section is the question number 55 and this question is talking about the Jain text. And if you see the option, the first one is the Niti Pakarna, the second one is the Parishishta Pravan, the third one is the Avadana Shataka, the fourth one is the Trisishta Lakshana Mahapurana. So if you see, we in the classes we have discussed about the Avadana. We have discussed about the Avadana, that Avadana and Jataka story. Avadana and Jataka story related to Buddhism. It is related to Buddhism. So now if the Avadana is related to Buddhism, then definitely Avadana Shataka. Shataka means kya hai? 100. So basically these are the noble deeds stories based on the Buddhism. Okay, based on the Buddhism. So if you know this particular option, then you have to eliminate the third one and you will get your answer 2 and 4. Other than that, Neti Prakarna, this is also Buddhist. The Parishishta Prakarna, this was written by this is a Jain text and it was written by the Hemchandra. And then the Shati Lakshana Mahapurana, this is also a Jain text. So answer will be B. Answer will be B. Okay. Now moving to the next question. With reference to the Indian history, consider the following pairs: Aryadeva, Digananga and the Nath Muni. Again, if you see in the classes while discussing the Bhakti movement, we have discussed about the Alwar saint Nath Muni and he has written the Nalaira Divya Prabandham. This was discussed in the class, this was in notes, but because UPSC has framed the option beautifully, you don't have any chance to eliminate the particular options and that's why this is a very difficult question. Digananga and the Nath Muni is discussed in class definitely, but you cannot answer because this year UPSC has introduced the new type of the options framing and that is the none of the pairs, 1 pair correct, 2 pair correct, 3 pair correct or the 4 pair correct. So you need to know all the pairs. So for this, if in this question you will see Digananga is Buddhist, Nath Muni Vaishnav because it is belong to the Alwars. Alwar means हमने पढ़ा था अवनाश, याद आ रहा होगा. If you see Avnash, that means Nainar means Shiva and Alwar means Vishnu. So basically second and 3 is correct. So now answer will be the only 2 pairs correct and that is the C option. That is the C option because Aryadeva, this is also the Buddhist scholar. He is the disciple of the Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna is related to the Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, and he has given the theory of the Shunyavada. Now moving to the next question. This you can see here. In the classes also we have discussed about this. This you can see. This is the Nalaya Dipanda. This is written the Nath Muni, but you cannot answer the question with that particular knowledge because the UPSC has made it very difficult. Now, the next question is the consider the following pairs: the site of the Ashokans, major rock edicts and the location. Okay. Now again we have read about the Dhauli, that is in Odisha. We have read about the Kalsi, that is in the Dehradun. In between the Dehradun and the Chakrata, there are the major rock edicts. So Kalsi is wrong. Dhauli is correct. Iragudi is in the Andhra Pradesh. This is also correct. Jagura, if you see the Jagura, so this is Gad. Means Gad. Gad means fort. Jau means hota hai, that is made up of the lake. Okay, that is made up of the lake and this particular site is also in the Odisha. Some historians believe, some legends believe that actually Jagura fort was related to the Duryodhan and it has the Mahabharata. It is related to the Mahabharata. So third is wrong. Okay, third is in Odisha. Fourth is wrong. So only 2 pairs are correct. So answer will be B. Answer will be B. Now moving to the next question. So again in this question, in that question also we know about the first and the four. But agar if the question must have been of the earlier type, that has been, we can eliminate, then this must have been the very easy question straight from the classes. Okay, now moving to the next question, and this you can see, this is in notes, Kalsi inscription. This you can also see the dholi. So this was all from the notes. Now the next question is the, which one of the following statement is correct about the Sangam literature? Okay, so if you see the statement, this was a very easy question, because it's straightforward. You can eliminate the options, because A, C and D, in all the statement, if you will see, then these are the absolute statement. Like Sangam poems are devoid of any reference. What they are saying? Any. That means absolute term you can avoid. The social classification, इसमें हम बाद में आएंगे. Then Sangam poems have no reference to the आपका war ethics, the warrior ethics. Now again यहाँ पे क्या है? If you see, no reference. That is again an absolute term. Sangam literature refers to the magical forces as irrational. Now at that period, 3rd century BC to 3rd century AD, in the Sangam, it is not possible to say the magical forces as irrational. So now again, this is not correct. The B statement, the social classification of the Varna was known to the Sangam poets. So it is very easy that at that particular time, if the particular Arya theory and all those theory you believe, then definitely you can say that Sangam poets were also, the Sangam literature or the Sangam poets were also, they have the knowledge about the Varna system. Even the term used was the Arashar for the king. Okay, then the Vaishyar is the for the traders. These kind of the communities were there, these kind of the Varna were there, and the Velalar is for the farmers. Velalar is for the farmer. Okay, but definitely if you don't, even if you don't know this particular thing, then also by the elimination you can take the answer, correct answer, and that is the B. Okay, that is the B. Now moving to the next question. Now this was in the current affairs class also, this was in classes also. I have told you that there was the statue that was unveiled, and that statue is known as the Statue of Equality, and because of that Ramanuj was very important topic for this year, and they have asked the question. So question was based on the philosophy of the Ramanuism, and philosophy of the Ramanuj is the Vishisht Advaitwad, and from Shankaracharya to Ramanuj the major change was the method of the salvation, because the Shankaracharya believed the ultimate method is the knowledge, while the Ramanuj believed that the bhakti is the ultimate mode of the salvation. So answer will be A. Answer will be A. And you can see that we have discussed this in the current affairs class. And the second line of the class, this is, if you see, the written thing is the bhakti is the medium of the salvation, and that is the option that you have to choose. So answer was A. Now moving to the last question of the art and culture section this year, 6th question from the art and culture section. So this is the last question. The Prime Minister recently inaugurated the new circuit house near the Somnath temple. So basically that is the reference point. They are asking about the Somnath temple. So Somnath temple is one among the 12 Jyotirlinga. Okay? And at that time we have in the classes we have also discussed about the Bhoj and the Nagbhatta. That was question related in the 92 question. But again, because of the framing of the option, you cannot answer that. But we have discussed that too. That Bhoj was important because of the Somnath temple. The Nagbhatta too, Gurjar Pratihara, that was also very important, and they have asked in the particular options. And in this, if you'll see, when the India got the independence in 1947, Sardar Vallabhbhai visited the place, and then he has decided for the Pran Pratishtha and the making of the new temple, or the, you can say, the restoration of the temple. At that time, president was the not the Sarvapalli Radhakrishna, the president was the Rajendra Prasad. So now the third one will be the wrong one, and if you will eliminate the third, you will get your answer, and that is 1 and 2. So hopefully from the classes you must have solved at least 3 questions out of 6, and I will say that actually you must have solved 6 out of 6, but because of the framing of the question, because of the options, you are not able to do it. But still, I think in this paper say 3 out of 6 is very good attempt. Okay.